Hello, welcome, and namaste. This is Moksha Mukti Apollo giving live talks spontaneously out of nowhere arose in his consciousness. And I was here in this group, Namaste group, in about 3-4 days ago. And I mentioned to you that I will be back here again. I am back here again. And those of you who joined, again, Namaste. And topic today is to talk about the source of the happiness, exploring the source of the happiness within. He is pointing you to see the source of the happiness within you. And I am also here to talk about specifically of a person who was here 3-4 days ago. I think her name is Kimberly. And I think I need to speak about that because she mentioned that it hurts or it's difficult when the nature takes away loved one's life. It's naturally to be sorrowful or in sadness or in pain when someone takes away lives. The nature takes away lives. And for that we do need to explore within, see within what is there, right? And purpose here today is to go to the source within. And what is Moksha Mukti wanting to do is wanting you to describe the source of the happiness from your experiencing. Where is the source of the happiness within? And in the last live where Moksha Mukti was live in a few days ago, there were few of you, or some of you were here, said, accepting. Moksha Mukti says, well, happiness is accepting who you are in the present moment. And some of you also agreed with Moksha Mukti that happiness is being in the present moment. And so let's just explore this moment. Let's just take this moment and explore deeper and see where is the source of the happiness and describe in your own experiencing. So I welcome you to put comments on the comment section, and that way I know what you're feeling and we can work this together. And Moksha Mukti is here to work with you together, to point you to the source of that happiness. What is that happiness stemming from? So I welcome comments, concerns, so we can work on this together. You see, Moksha Mukti is not here to give you talks. We're here to point you together. We're in this together. Moksha Mukti is pointing you together to see the source of the happiness. Where is that stemming from? And in previous occasions, Moksha Mukti said, well, the source of the happiness is already within you. It is not outward. And where is that stemming from? If you go deeper, what is that source? Is it your thought telling you this is the way you need to be happy? Or there is something else within you? Because the thought is conditioned by our society. It is conditioned by thoughts itself. You see, these are all conditioned aspect of who you are. And you will not know the real happiness, true happiness, through the thought. But there is something within you right now, in this moment, that knows the source of the happiness. And Moksha Mukti is here to point you to that. So he is welcoming you to type a comment, and so that Moksha Mukti knows what you're thinking, what you're feeling, so we can guide you together in this. So those of you who join, this is Moksha Mukti Apollo, Namaste. He's wanting you to put comments on here so that he can guide you, or he can point you to the source of the happiness that is already within you, and you can explore this together with your own word. Nice LOTR. What do you mean by nice laughter? Morris, hello Morris, namaste. Morris wrote nice laughter, LOTER. What does that mean? I'm not sure what is that word, LOTER. Anyway, nice to have you here, Morris. Feel free to write comments. The topic today is seeing the source of the happiness within, because the happiness is not out there. Bela Mai. Okay, I think he's speaking different language. Morris, I think you were speaking to different. Oh, okay. He says, "How are you?" Yeah, Moksha Mukti is fine. How are you? We're gathering here today, this live moment, to experience the source of the happiness within you. So can you tell me the source of the happiness from your experiencing? Where is the happiness stemming from? What is the source? Morris writes again, what's your name? Morris, this is Moksha Mukti Apollo, giving you live talks, pointing you to the source of the happiness. Where is the source of happiness stemming from? Hello, Michelle, namaste. Michelle Mashut, namaste. I feel my happiness is a feeling, but I think it is in thoughts, because when I am happy, it's thinking about something in the recent past or something I am anticipating. Okay, well, that's a good starting point, Michelle. Happiness is feeling, yeah, but feeling what and where? It's a good point to start, but he's wanting you to see the source of the feeling. Where is that feeling stemming from? And you're saying it is the thoughts, because in the reality, the feelings and the thought, they are the same. There's a subtle differences, differentiated by some aspect of the thoughts itself, by different sensation in the body that is differentiating the thoughts and the feeling, but they're the same. And I think it is thoughts, because when I'm happy, it's thinking about something. Okay, so when you're happy, you're thinking about something. That is conditional happiness. That is not real happiness. That is conditional happiness. Well, right now I'm in Dallas, Texas, and guess what? It is very hot here. And of course, there's a pool here. And if you go to pool, that is happy thought for the weather like this. So by thinking about pool, that would certainly make you happy, right? So that is just the one aspect of the thought. But it is an illusion, because now if it's in the thought, that is external happiness. That is a conditional happiness. That is not the real happiness, because the real happiness stems from inside of you. You see, the source is already inside of you. But if you search for that source outward, what happens? It's illusory happiness, and it fools you. Because let's say I am going to pool. Moksha Mukti has, this is Moksha Mukti again. Moksha Mukti, Namaste, those of you joined, has already said that in different occurrence, that if right now if I were to go to pool, that thought of going to pool is a happy thought, because now in the pool I can relax. But at the same time, what if someone throws up on the pool, or what if someone poops on the pool? Now that thought immediately becomes not happy. You see, those are only conditional happiness. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to go within to see the source of the happiness. Where is that stemming from? Feel free to write a comment so Moksha Mukti can point you to the source of the happiness. And Michelle, I want you to go within, go inward, and see the source. And in order to do that, you'll need attention to see the source within you. You see, if you give attention, that attention to the source, you'll be able to see the source. And it goes deeper, 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 and deeper, deeper. It appears as a deeper, deeper, deeper because thought is the present. Thought is distracting you. And thought is saying deeper, deeper, but it's at the same level. But thought makes you as if you're going deeper, 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 directly to the source. And once there is a source, it's no deeper, it's no higher, it's no lower, it's a one level. And you see, and to go to the source, you have to be present in this present moment. You cannot be in the past, you cannot be in the future to go in that, to see the source of the happiness. You have to be present and see. Morris Oberrock. Namaste, Morris. Thank you for joining. And Morris writes, super. Oh, okay. Well, thanks for saying that. But what he's pointing is to, he wants you to go deeper within to see the source of the happiness. You see, he's taken his time to give you this live talks to point you to the source of the happiness, so we can go on this experiment or experience together in this. You see, and when you go deeper, you'll be able to see the source. And Moksha Mukti is wanting you to describe that source of the happiness within. And in order to describe that, feel free to make a comment, put a comment on the comment section, so Moksha Mukti can point you directly to the source. And Moksha Mukti can say a lot of things verbally, and he has said many things verbally in different occasions. That will certainly, guide you to the, or take you to the pointer, but that is only a little help to see yourself. See, the happiness is within you, and you have to explore that. And we have Sharon Roberts. Namaste, Sharon Roberts. Thanks for joining. My happiness is my state of mind, a peace of mind. Events outside have an effect on this. Events outside have an effect on this? Is this the question, or I'm not clearly understanding what you're saying? I think you're saying happiness is my state of mind. That is just the defining what is happiness. That's not what Moksha Mukti is doing in this experiencing together. Now he is wanting you to see the source of the happiness. By saying state of the mind, that is just what? That is just the definition you're giving, which is fine to bring you into the present moment. But it's deeper than that in terms of thinking. A peace of mind is also it's good starting point, but that's not the real source of the happiness. So he's here to guide you or point you to see the source of the happiness, and in order to do that, he's wanting you to come to the present moment and see the source within. And events outside have an effect on this? Well, I think that is your question. Does event? Well, once you see the source, the events outside do not have any effect once you see the source. But in the thought level, thinking level, yes, there is an effect on the source, because thought is what? Electromagnetic field, it is energy. And certainly any stimuli, tangible or intangible, coming from outward source has direct effect on this. Like I gave you example, it's out there, thinking about pool is making you happy. now immediately, what if someone poops on the pool? What if someone vomits on the pools? What if someone throws up on the pool? You see, all those things will make that happiness into sadness or not happy, because now what happened? You're conditioned by that thought or outside event. But the source is, if you stay in the source, you see, that could neither make you happy, neither make you sad, because both of them, if you go deeper, the source of the both happiness and sadness is stemming from one source. So he's pointing you to see that, and that source is there within you right now, you see. But what is happening is you have a distraction from you are distracted by your thought, and because of the distraction you're not able to see the source. So he's wanting you to pay attention to the source within and explore within and see the happiness. Feel free to put comments there so I can point you toward the source. And only when you put a comment, then I can see and that I can point you. Otherwise, Moksha Mukti can talk like this. He can talk like this all the time. Sharon Roberts writes, thank you. I'll work on that. So Sharon Roberts, let's work on that now. See, if you put this off to in the future, you see, that's procrastinating. And if you give attention to your procrastination in the future, you see, it is harder for you to stay in the present. So he's wanting you take a 1 minute, 2 minute, and to see within you and explore the source, have the happiness now, and stay in the present moment now. Anyone else? Those of you who just joined now, Namaste. This is Moksha Mukti Apollo giving you live talks spontaneously arose in his consciousness out of nowhere. And today's topic is pointing you to see the source of the happiness within you. Where is that stemming from? Feel free to type a comment here so Moksha Mukti can see where is that coming from. We have Jane Palmer. Namaste, Jane. Thanks for joining. She writes, feeling a negative block at the moment. How can I remove that to find the source? Thank you. Jane, so what is happening there is that you are distracted by your thoughts, aren't you? Because what is happening is, some people call that monkey thought or conditioned thought. The condition Moksha Mukti calls conditioned thought that is arising in your mind. Why? Because that is the nature of the thought. It comes and goes. The moment you eat food, it gives energy and thought produces. Human beings are thought producing machine. So thought is producing on its own. So it's okay. It's okay to have those thoughts. You cannot get rid of those thoughts. You can observe the thoughts and give attention to yourself. You can observe the thought that is coming and going like a cloud in the sky, see, but pay attention to yourself and know or see or recognize that thought is coming on its own, and you're watching the thoughts like you're watching a movie. You are the observer, you are the audience. You just bought a ticket to see the movie of your own life, and our thoughts are coming and going. Observe the thought and divert your attention inward, and in a few minutes the thought is going to give up or slow down and help you see the source. Okay, we have Dominic Hava Leitner. I may not be able to pronounce your name. Namaste, Dominic. Big energy. Wow. Okay, thank you. The energy is here. Energy is, you have it here within you now, and Moksha Mukti is pointing you to see that source within you. You see, he whatever he has within you, you have the same exact thing. You have the same exact thing within you, and he is wanting you to see that source within you. And what is happening there is your thought is distracting you, and he is wanting you to observe the thought and give attention to yourself and see the thought, where the thoughts are stemming from. Because thoughts are coming and going like the clouds in the sky, moving. See, that's the nature of the thought, and that's what he does. And if you give attention to yourself, the thoughts slow down, or you're just watching your own thoughts like you're watching a movie. Okay, namaste. Those of you just joined, this is Moksha Mukti Apollo, giving you spontaneous talks live out of nowhere in this consciousness. And he's wanting you to see the source of the happiness within you, and he's pointing you. And if you type it up, write your comment, he'll be able to point you, guide you, whatever, to that source. So he's wanting you to be in the present moment and see the source. Dominic writes, thank you. You're welcome, Dominic. And see the source now. There is no need to procrastinate. You see, you're already here. Might as well do it now. And once you see the source, carry that source wherever you go in your life. Whatever you do, carry that source. Have that attention in your source. And that itself has the power to create a miracle in your life. You see? So carry that source within you, wherever you go. But first, you have to recognize the source. So in order to do that, you have to pay attention to that. And of course, while you're paying attention, many thoughts arises in the mind, because that is the nature of the thought. You see? But Moksha Mukti, right now, it is present. He is in the present moment, and there is no spontaneous thoughts arising in his mind. Because once you see the source, once you're present, those conditioned thoughts have no values. It has no value. You see? And they just drop. They just pop like a popcorn, and they settle down. Because there is no value. Those thoughts really have no value in terms of seeking for happiness, in terms of seeking the source within you. There is no value, you see. Because what value you have is the being in the present moment and recognizing the source. And he's wanting you to see that source by giving attention now in this present moment. So feel free to comment. Who just joined? Zach Alward. Namaste, Zach. Thanks for being here. And Zach writes, been feeling empty inside lately, almost like I'm missing someone or a big piece of my life, like as if I am searching for the answer within someone, but I feel as if I am searching in all the wrong places. Zach, that is very brave of you to share your experiencing in this forum. Many people are watching now live. This is Moksha Mukti, guiding you or pointing you to see the source. So, Zach, tell me, what do you mean by empty? Like, what are you missing? Who are you missing? Who are you missing? And what are you searching for an answer? Answer of what? What are you searching for? Who are you missing? What are you searching for? And what makes you think you're searching in the wrong places? And who is that you that is searching? So if you answer these questions, 4 questions I asked, then Moksha Mukti can guide you even further, go deeper. It appears like you're going deeper, but it's not deeper. Because once you comes to the natural state of being, once you see the source within, there is no deeper. There is only one level. There is no multi-level. Of course, for the thought, it appears like there are multi-level, deeper, multi-dimension, this and that and other. It's the nature of thought to do that. So answer that question. I ask you the questions. Answer that question back to me, and then I can guide you further or point you to the further. So I think if you typing up, others, those who have just joined, this is Moksha Mukti Apollo. Namaste. Thanks for joining. And today we're talking about experiencing and seeing and recognizing the source of the happiness now. What is that source? Is it really the source of happiness or just the source? What is that? So he is wanting you to explore that within. And Zach, are you there? We have Michelle Mashoot. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right or wrong, but first name is, I can certainly say Michelle. Namaste. Thanks for joining. Thanks. Glad you joined. Thanks for being here. Trying to go deeper. The source of my happiness is love. Good. The source of your happiness is love. And that's one starting point. Of course, Moksha Mukti is radiating love right now. There is only love. And that love is not like the love you share with your family or your loved ones or even your spouse or in a romantic relationship. That love is not like that. You see, this is the expression of the love of the existence, if you go deeper. So let's go deeper. What is the source of the love? If you go deeper, there is even source of the love. Where is that stemming from? You see? Where is that source of love? Even that. Where is that coming from? Where is that stemming from? Even love. Where is that stemming from? That is already within you. We have Zach back. It's like I'm missing someone to give me an answer on what life is about. Okay, so let's take one step at a time. So I assume you come here in this Moksha Mukti live talks, hoping that Moksha Mukti can give you the source, give you the answer of life, what that is. Okay, so in this forum, it'll be difficult to go even deeper than this, but just to give the surface, maybe go a little bit deeper, because we'll have to go one-on-one to point to deeper. So let's just talk about I am missing someone to give an answer of life. Okay. Do we know humans what is life in the first place? What is life? Do we know that? That is question for you to see. Second, almost like I need someone to guide me. So yeah, then we will need to go one-on-one session to go deeper, right? So that would be a different event. Right now, I only got about 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, I have to get going. So to go deeper, we have to go one-on-one session. So inbox me. We can schedule time to go one-on-one. Let's see. I am looking for a source to help me figure out what life is all about. Okay, so for now, what Moksha Mukti is saying, all the source is already within you. Okay, so he is wanting you to explore within you, to see where everything is coming from. That is the source. The source is already within you. But looks like you're wanting more help. So in order to do that, we have to do one-on-one session. So yeah, inbox me. We can set up time and go deeper. But in the meantime, let's see who else is here. We have Paul Fitzgerald. Namaste, Paul. Thanks for joining. Sometimes it comes from Halifax. They're so helpful. I don't know what you mean by Halifax. Halifax. I'm not sure. Is it like, do you mean by spontaneously? Paul, don't know what you mean by Halifax. Please elaborate so I can point you deeper. Michelle Massoud. It used to be a relationship, but after 3 bad marriages, I finally started feeling it that love's from God. Okay, well that you're getting somewhere. You're getting somewhere. Is the source. The source is within you. So He's wanting you to see the source. So when you say love from God, that is just the assumption given to you by someone. Well, it is written in the scripture. So and so said that. Even the spiritual forerunners, spiritual gurus, spiritual people, they'll say that when the love arises from God. Well, that's just it is coming from a thought. This is not coming from you. So He is wanting you to see the source within. What is that? And I think you're getting closer. So keep working on that. We have Teresa Vanero. Namaste, Teresa. Thanks for joining. And she writes, the understanding of consciousness that everything and everyone is energy and we are all connected. So we must treat everyone and everything as we would treat ourselves. This divine is alive in all of us. Well, that's a good statements. Yeah, that's a good statements. However, did you write that from your thought, or did you write that from your own experiencing? There's a difference. If you heard someone say that before, or read someone say that before, now that is still in your thought. Thought cannot take you deeper to the source. So if you write that from your own experiencing, yes, that is exactly what it is. That we are all connected. We are all one, because there is only one consciousness. This is huge consciousness, and everything appears and disappears in consciousness. So when you see the consciousness within you, when you see the source, and Moksha Mukti wanting you to describe that own experience from your own word, not copy from someone else, which is okay to do that, but he is wanting you to see and recognize in here, right? So this is all one consciousness, and he has said this in different occasions, that there is one consciousness, there is multiple infinity universe with only one consciousness, and all of this universe appearing and disappearing, all of these lives appearing and disappearing, all this quantum, he calls quantum, appearing and disappearing, is one source of consciousness. And Moksha Mukti has said in different occasions that this exact event that Moksha Mukti giving talks live is happening exactly same in another universe, just one universe, that is multiple universe. And there are infinity universe, all one consciousness, and many things happen simultaneously. In another place, Moksha Mukti could be listening and you could be talking. You see, there are many infinity possibility that is happening in this multiverse, and there is only one consciousness, and everything is appearing and disappearing in that consciousness. So I think you are there's this thing that is alive within us, and he is wanting to see that, recognize that. What is alive here, you may call it divine or whatever you want to call that, is already within you, and that is already alive right now. The living organism that is living, intelligent, tremendously intelligent, living there is now, and that is alive. And he is wanting you to recognize that within you. Not recognize that through the thought, but actually see that and recognize that. So thanks for sharing, Farisha. That was nice. And we have Zach Alward. Much love. Thank you for your words. No problem, Zach. If you want to set up a session, one-on-one session, feel free to inbox MK Moksha. That is Moksha Mukti Apollo. I can certainly set a time and schedule some time to guide you one-on-one. But right now he's wanting to see the source. So just to give you a pointer, see who is that is all asking questions. So you call yourself Zach Alward. Who is that Zach Alward in the reality? If you go deeper, who is that? So I want you to see that, or work on that, give attention to that. We have Sharon Roberts. She's back again. Meditation is the only way I feel peace and love, a greater understanding of my real self and purpose of the life I have. Well, whatever works for you. Because Moksha Mukti is in meditation 24 hours, 7 days a week. Everything is meditation. Even this talk is meditation. Everything he walks is meditation. Work is a meditation. Everything is meditation because he's constantly observing his own thought, what is happening. So that works for you, go ahead. But he is wanting you to, even in this meditation, he is wanting you to see the source. What is that arising? What is that source? What is that source of happiness? So he wants you to go deeper and describing your experiencing in this moment. We have Michelle Mashud again. She writes again, how I felt it was through some spiritual experiences. Last year, God sort of spoke to me, to my heart, and I fell in love with him more than ever. Maybe he was trying to get me to love myself. Music gives a similar love. When I sing, I feel the same love feeling. Thank you. Well, whatever works for you. Whatever works for you. But he is wanting to see the source, recognizing the source. See, not by intellectually by a thought, but actually recognizing. And whatever helps, meditation, music, even Moksha Mukti does music. You see, Moksha Mukti also sings. You see, so whatever helps, let that be, because Moksha Mukti is not against anything. And if that helps you to come to see the source, right now what we're doing is we're pointing you to see the source within you, the source, the place where the happiness is stemming from. And when you recognize that, there is no need to seek for happiness outward, because all of those are what? Conditional happiness. We have Teresa Vanero. She writes again, we are not separate from the source, we are source. Certainly. There is no separation between Moksha Mukti or anything else. There is no separation in between anything. So my question to you, are you saying that from someone you heard from someone, or you actually see that within your own consciousness, within your own experiencing? If you see that within your own experiences, yes, you're in the right track. You see, for this exercise to experience the source of the happiness, because you see, if you go deeper inward, because the consciousness is one, there is no separation, and in itself is a happiness, because now what? There is no separation. There is no separation between you and anything else, because you are one consciousness. Moksha Mukti just said that in just a while ago, that we are one consciousness in entire universe. So we are just appearing and disappearing. All this body, mind is appearing and disappearing in the consciousness, but the one consciousness. And when you see that source within you, when you recognize the source within, that is the source of happiness. And in reality, that is the source of happiness and the sadness. Both are stemming from consciousness. And if you see that, recognize that, that is really good, that we have a good exercise. But it doesn't matter whether you see that or you don't see that. What matters is that you all are beautiful people, joined this Moksha Mukti talks about pointing you to see the source of the happiness. And Teresa, I see it within myself, my reality. Well, great. You see, if you see that, then you don't even need to be here. You see, you can carry that wherever you go. Carry that, and that itself will produce miracle in your life. Any other comments, question, concern? Looks like time is up, but this is a good feeling, good energy, so I'll probably stay 5-10 minutes. I'll hang out 5-10 minutes talking to you folks. Sharon Roberts. It's difficult in these times to remain unaffected. I prefer my child mind, unblemished by life. I'm choosing to return to the innocence. Well, whatever works for you. I am not here to teach you anything. I'm only here to point you to the source of the happiness. Where is that stemming from? And no matter what the situation is, we humans being here million years, we've been into much difficult situation than what we are present. Still, we have survived because human beings are unaffected, untouched by anything once you see the source remaining in the present moment. And that's where he's pointing you. But whatever works for you to live your life, go for it. Moksha Mukti is only here to point you to see the source of the happiness. Once you see the happiness, once you're in the present moment, there is no need to be affected by anything. Of course, there are physiological effectiveness. See, somebody slaps me, there's a hurt. You get sick, there is a hurt. Those are only physiological aspect of effectiveness. But human beings are suffering psychologically. 90% time they're suffering psychologically, and you don't need to be suffering psychologically because those are all illusion. That's what he's pointing out. Sharon Roberts, right? Thank you for your words and energy. You're welcome. And those of you just joined, this is Moksha Mukti Apollo. Namaste. Thank you for being here. And he's pointing you to see the source of the happiness now. Experience that now and carry that wherever you go. So please feel free to share your comments. He can point you or guide you. So he's only got like 5-10 minutes left. His time is already up, but just going to hang out here 5-10 more minutes. And he's pointing you to see the source of the happiness within you in this present moment. Not in the past, not in the future, but now in this ever perpetuating present moment. To see the source of the happiness that is already within you. The happiness is not outward. So feel free to comment, write, ask questions, and Moksha Mukti will answer or give you pointers. And those of you who just joined, thanks for joining. Namaste. This is Moksha Mukti Apollo, giving you spontaneous talks out of nowhere, arose in his consciousness to point you to the source of happiness. Feel free to comment so I can point you to the source. And Zach, well, if there is no more comments, Zach, if you're out there, I want you to tell me who is the one that is asking all the questions. Who is that? If you're there. Well, it's time to go, and my batteries level is already down to 10%, so Those of you who joined today's Moksha Mukti live talks, thanks for joining. And I'll be back here. Moksha Mukti will be back here in about a couple days, or next day, or or Monday or so. Feel free to join, ask questions, comment. Okay, well, wait a minute. Zach is back. Me, I am asking the questions. I am just looking for light to guide me. But your words have impacted me. I need to search within myself for happiness. Thank you. Well, you're welcome, Zach. But even go deeper. You say me. Who is that me? Teresa writes, Namaste. Namaste. So those of you just joined, this is Moksha Mukti Apollo. He's only got like 5 minutes left. And this is talking about pointing you to see the source of the happiness within. Please write a comment. Feel free to ask questions. He's going to point you to see the source of the happiness within. And he wants you to describe the source of the happiness within. Where is your happiness stemming from? That is inward, because the happiness is not outward. No more questions. Everybody's meditating. Everybody's in the present moment to seeing the source. Great. Great. Those of you who just joined, Namaste. This is Moksha Mukti Apollo. By reading the comments, you will know what's going on here. Feel free to ask questions, comment. And someone said earlier that it's hard to be unaffected in today's world. And Moksha Mukti has already said that. Humans have survived in a worse situation than what we are experiencing now. You see, we have survived unaffected. And certainly there will be some affectedness, and that is only 10%. 90% of your affectedness are illusion. And he's here to point you to see the illusion, so the illusion will dissolve. So you don't need to suffer psychologically. Physiological suffering is there. Everybody suffers in this human form. There is no way out of this. 10% we suffer. Everyone suffers. But the 90% of the suffering is just the psychological in your mind, and when you see the source of happiness, those 90% falls off. And you don't need to be suffering. But physiologically, there is suffering. There is no way out of this. But 90% of time, you're just burdening yourself. Feel free to comment. I only have a few more minutes. Actually, I was supposed to leave at 4 p.m. Central Time, US time. But there are people here. There is energy here. Moksha Mukti feels the energy. He has the energy. He sees the energy. So that's why he's hanging around. But it's already time to go. So those of you who just joined, feel free to comment so Moksha Mukti can point you to the source. Because here, in this experiencing now, you're seeing the source of the happiness. Not the conditional happiness given you by someone else. And you're searching for the conditional happiness. And when you search for the conditional happiness, what happens? You'll search and search and search. You'll be tired, exhausted. And why do you keep on searching? Search inward now and see the source. When you see the source, all the searching, illusory happiness is not needed. Okay, who just joined here? Hisham Da Silva. I think I pronounced your name right. There is no happiness without money. Well, that is true in the synthetic reality. Without the monies, there is not happiness. In the synthetic reality, yes, that's true, but not in the reality. Reality, there is no need for money to be happy. You are happy regardless of the money. But do you need money? Of course you need money. Anyone needs money. Money is needed. But money is not the source of the happiness. Look within. That's Moksha Mukti is pointing you. That's not the source of the happiness. Money is energy. You need money to do anything. And in this synthetic reality, money is necessary. But that is not the source of the happiness. Thanks for sharing your view. Those of you who just joined, Namaste. This is Moksha Mukti Apollo giving you spontaneous talks live out of nowhere, arose in his consciousness. And today's topic is exploring the happiness within, because happiness is not out there. Exploring within. And we have Hisham de Silva. Okay, I understand. Thanks for explaining. Are you really saying that, or are you just saying that? If you really see that source within you, then great. But either way, thanks for joining, thanks for sharing, thanks for commenting. And those of you who just joined, this is Moksha Mukti Apollo. Namaste. Feel free to ask questions, share, comment. Namaste, this is Moksha Mukti Apollo. Thanks for joining. Feel free to comment, ask questions. The energy here is here. Even though Moksha Mukti was about to be going 15 minutes ago, he's hanging out here. He feels the presence, he feels the energy. And who do we have here? Sabrina, Soul Rebel.